Alright, so here I am at Chicago and State on election night. Headed up to the county building. And what is that?
It's the other Chicago River.
The Merry Widow, right?
Yep.
Do you know any other tunes by Franz Lehar? No?
You know that. Okay, you need to go back to the line and go. Because right now, you can go at that place. But you still can go.
They have to.
Talk about those numbers and then how, if at all, they impacted today.
Well, we had about 225,000 people in suburban Cook County vote early. That is very dramatic. It's more than 4 times bigger than any time before. It showed the intensity of the interest. Now, whether or not that same intensity is there today, I couldn't tell you. There's a lot of people out early, but it slowed down a lot during the day. So the key will be whether or not it's a record turnout or not will depend on the last 3 hours, 4 to 7.
Any challenges, any glitches today?
So far, from what I can see, is it's generally very, very smooth. We certainly had things like this. We know of 3 precincts that opened late for one reason or another. 3 out of 300, so that's very good. And we'll ask a judge to keep those open because we want to make sure those people, if they had to leave, like let's say they leave at 6:15, they could come back and vote after 7 o'clock.
Where were those?
There was one in Evanston, one in Cicero, and one in Orland Park. And I'm not sure if the judges said yes yet. The judges already give us an approval, so that's just a good thing to do. We had we have some judges that don't show up. In fact, I think in the Evanston, if I heard the story right, there was a line waiting at the polling place this morning, and 2 of the judges were intimidated and left. So that's why it was harder for the other judges.
Intimidated by the line?
By the line. Thinking, oh boy, here goes. But again, that's great. That's great we have people like that showing up. And so basically it's been pretty smooth. Very few serious equipment issues. Mostly just people voting and doing well.
How do you expect the count to go? What are the advantages and what are the challenges to the new voting system?
Well, the advantages are we have the most accurate elections. I mean, with the equipment we have today, they're much more accurate than the past. And the best example of that is kind of the old politicos in Chicago history. They keep saying, I like it the old way because I can decide at 6 o'clock what number of votes I need and I can decide how to do that. They can't do that with this equipment. It's very difficult to tamper with. So that's good news. Also, the difference with the equipment we have today is far few voters make mistakes. In the past, generally somewhere between 2 to 6 or 7% of voters might have a problem with the old punch card. Now, with both touchscreen and the optical scan paper ballot, it's less than 1%. So that's good news in terms of voters not making mistakes. What's the rest of the question?
Well, just how the numbers, when do you anticipate, if everything goes smoothly, that we'll know